Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Chris Pica, the Director of Communications for the Popeyes Bahamas Bowl, and we welcome you to our press conference this afternoon, which was originally set back in October as part of our kickoff party. We know the effects that Hurricane Matthew has had on the wonderful people of the Bahamas, and our thoughts remain with all of those affected, and we wish everyone well in the continuing recovery process. Today you'll hear from several people about our 2016 Popeyes Bahamas Bowl and the preparations for the game. The game will be held here at the Thomas A. Robinson National Stadium on Friday, December 23rd at 1 o'clock in the afternoon. So today our speakers, from my far left, the Senior Vice President of ESPN Events, Pete Durzis, the Executive Director of the Popeyes Bahamas Bowl, Richard Giannini. To my left, someone many of you know here, Lee Miller, one of the founders of the Popeyes Bahamas Bowl. Harrison Thompson, the Permanent Secretary of the Ministry of Tourism, and Jeffrey Beckles, the General Manager of the NSA. So at this time, I'll call up Pete Durzis from ESPN Events for opening remarks.
Thank you, Chris. It's always a pleasure to be back in the beautiful islands of the Bahamas. And just to reiterate what Chris said, our thoughts and prayers go out to the many families that were affected by the hurricane. College football in the United States continues to be second only to the NFL, and it continues to bring great audience participation in our ratings. The sport is just red hot. It's not a week goes by that once we get to the midway point of the college football season that Richard or Lee or myself don't get a phone call from a head coach or an athletic director saying, we sure would love to be the team representing you in the beautiful Popeyes Bahamas Bowl. So the event in 2 short years has really become well established on the landscape of the college postseason. You'll hear from different speakers today about all of the planning that's going to take place and the excitement around the game and the date change and things of that nature. I think the one thing I would want to point out, and this is really a byproduct in terms of the participation of our conference partners. Our 2 founding partners, both Conference USA and the Mid-American Conference, have been so touched over the last few years with their participation in the Popeyes Bahamas Bowl that both of them in their own way have participated in giving back to the people of the Bahamas. And this is, I guess, a very positive unintended consequence of the business that's been set up here. Conference USA has participated in the Ranfurly initiative over the last 2 years. And just on Monday, the Mid-American Conference made a financial donation through the Red Cross of the Bahamas to reach many of the people that have been affected. So these are the positives that I think come from the overall business. ESPN's pleased to be in business. We have a 6-year contract to stage the game. We're reaching the midway point this year, so game number 3 will take place. And we're also excited about our other television business, which is involved in televising nationally 6 of the games from the Battle of Atlantis basketball event during the Thanksgiving week. So we remain committed to producing and providing opportunities in the Bahamas. We'd like to think that it's proven to be a very positive impact in the tourism side of the equation, certainly the economic side as well. So we think we've got an excellent model. It's not possible without our key stakeholders, and from tourism to the Atlantis, to Popeyes, to Coca-Cola, and many others that participate. But these events don't happen without great participation from a wide range of entities, and so that we're very thankful. It's a pleasure to be with you. Unfortunately, my trips are always so short, but Lee, who is an honorary Bahamian, it seems like, as much as she's been down here, has given me a wonderful list of places that I need to go and explore all the outer islands, and at some point I plan on doing that. But thank you for the hospitality, and we look forward to a wonderful event on December 23.
Thank you, Pete. And at this time, we will hear from Richard Giannini, who's the Executive Director of the Popeyes Bahamas Bowl.
Thank you, Chris. It's great to be here with you all, and It's unbelievable that this is our third year of the bowl game coming up. And Lee and I, from day one, were down here that first came with the idea of trying to get a bowl game established down here. And we've been partners from day one, and we've been down here quite a bit. And it's just been a great pleasure to get to know everybody in the Bahamas and all the different groups that we are involved with now. And it is really energizing to us, and we hope that the game is energizing to the people of the Bahamas. We've run a lot of miles here. Unfortunately, I don't drive on the left-hand side of the road, so I leave that up to Lee, and she knows all the back roads and does doing a great job on everything else. She does a great job navigating around the island. But I too want to say how sorry we were about the hurricane. We've all experienced that living either in Florida or when I lived in Mississippi. Hurricane Katrina hit there, and so we know the devastation it can do and the people it can hurt and the damage it causes. So, you know, our thoughts and prayers have been with you all throughout this ordeal, and we're glad that everybody's on the road to recovery, and we hope that the festivities of the bowl game just prior to Christmas and Junkanoo will help celebrate and kind of bring everybody back together here in the Bahamas. We're really excited about the team that we do have. As I said, Lee and I have been together from day one. We picked up Chris Pica here with us, who was involved with us the first year and of course last year. And we've got another new teammate that's sitting out in the audience, and he'll be a guy behind the scenes, but he'll be doing a lot of work for us and a lot of work with the stadium, and that's T.R. Hollis. T.R., just let him see your young face there. That's he's our young guy that keeps us going. So, but anyway, I just want to thank some people that have really helped us in getting this game established the way it has been established. And that's the Ministry of Tourism, the Ministry of Youth, Sport, Culture, and of course the National Sports Authority and Jeff Beckles and Lyndon Maycock, who's the chairman. They've been a great partner to us, and have really worked hard from their end to turn, you know, what is normally a track and field stadium or a soccer stadium into you know, a football facility. And the general public doesn't realize the difference, but you know, each football team will bring 105 players, and yet this stadium was designed as a soccer stadium, and the soccer, you know, has a lot smaller number of participants. So we've really stretched, Jeffrey, your group, and really appreciate what you've done to help make this game a reality. And we're also excited about the new turf that's being put down today as we speak. It'll be a huge improvement for the teams, and I know that they will be very excited to play on a new turf and be a part of that. And from a television standpoint, I think it'll really show the Bahamas what the Bahamas are truly about. So we're really, really pleased that that work is being done. The first two games here have been really unbelievable. As Pete said, we got established very quickly. And the first year, we had two great teams with Central Michigan and Western Kentucky. And any of y'all that were here remember the last play of the game that went 70 yards and a bunch of pitchbacks and ended up being the #1 college football player of the year, and was selected as an Emmy as the college football, you know, player of the year. And a lot of people remember that, and it really catapulted Western Kentucky. They went from that game to last year winning Conference USA, and this year they've continued to play very well and are one of the leaders of Conference USA. The other team, Western Michigan, we've done the same thing. They were a great team, had a great win last year. At halftime it was close, but they pulled away in the second half. They've got a tremendous coach in P.J. Fleck, and right now they're sitting 8-0 in the country and are leading the Mid-American Conference, and are going towards that championship. And if they win them all, they more than likely would play in a New Year's Bowl game. But it really all started here. This was the first bowl game that they've ever played in their history. So it really set the stage for their program. So this is a great event, and we really hope that the Bahamians last year did a terrific job coming out. The first game, it was a little slow, but last year we were really excited about their involvement, and we keep the ticket prices low for them, which gives them the opportunity to come out and be a part of it. And last year we had a fan fest that started 2 hours before the game that we had out here on the grounds that had music and food and a lot of interactive games for the young children. And I think that they all had a terrific time being a part of that and being included in that process. And we're doing the same thing this year, and we're also a part of some of the promotions. We're going to be giving away a lot of things. We're working on a special trip for winning for 2 people to an outstanding trip back to the United States. So we've got a lot of things planned, but we really appreciate the support of everybody. And Carl, it's good to see you here and appreciate you coming out. And again, I can't say enough about our partners here on the island. And we're going to give Lee a chance to talk about our other partner here on the island. But it's been great for us, and we've been just treated terrifically. And you know, our slogan back in the United States is "Bowls are better in the Bahamas," and they certainly are. And as Pete said, we get calls every day. We want to come and be a part of that. The teams that have been here in the past already are knocking on our door wanting to come back, and we're kind of saying, well, we need to give some other people a chance. But it really is a hit, and the television is really a huge part of it. Live on ESPN is terrific, and encourage your children and everybody to come out and potentially be on television. And ESPN does such a great job of not only with the telecast of the game, but just promoting the island, promoting the Bahamas, promoting Nassau. So again, we encourage you to be a part of it, and thank you for the media coming out today. And we'll be back for our site visit in early December with the 2 coaches that will be selected for the game. So we're going to be here a lot in the next 2 months. And again, thank you so much for your partnership with us.
Thank you, Richard. As Richard talked about, bowl games are better in the Bahamas, and our local tagline here in the Bahamas is football, family, and fun. And we certainly encourage everyone to begin their holiday weekend with us at 1 o'clock on the 23rd, starting into the Christmas weekend. So we're hoping that everyone will be able to be a part of it. Next to speak is Lee Miller, who as Richard mentioned, should be an honorary Bahamian. She's worked very, very hard in this country with the battle for Atlantis, and is one of the founders of our game. Has worked with a lot of corporate entities to make this happen, including our title sponsor, Popeyes. And so she's going to speak on behalf of Popeyes and her work with the bowl. Lee?
So good afternoon. I just want to say I am so honored to be here and to be part of you and to be part of this game. And it really has been the ultimate test of teamwork. And through your vision as well as ours, it's been nothing short of stars aligning and amazing. So I just want to start out by thanking everyone in this room so much. I hope you realize what an incredible feat it is to have ESPN down here. And through Pete Durgis and his leadership, this is really a Caribbean game changer. So we're so honored for Pete and just everything that he's done in taking over this game. I want to start out by really thanking Popeyes and just the incredible leadership that they have shown through this game. And this year they're going to bring down their CEO, Cheryl, and she's going to come with about 130 franchisee members. So they're going to bring down more franchisees than they've ever had for the previous 2 years. So we are so excited for their continued participation and for their title sponsorship. They've really just been an unbelievable title sponsor. And we're also excited to hear the continued efforts with the local franchise down here and the success that they've had. And just the Savusis family, we are incredibly grateful, and we do think through the success of this game, it really helped to get that local franchise off the ground. So we want to thank the local franchise as well and their continued support. Next, we really want to thank the Ministry of Tourism with Carla and Virginia and Minister Thompson, and especially Minister Obi Wolchcomb. Thank you so much for your belief and just your partnership and everything that y'all do for us. Without the ministry, I remember sitting with Harrison 3 years ago now and pitching this in his office, and Minister was running a little late, and I said, I want to wait here. And Obi walked in, and he's believed in this ever since. So we are so honored with the Ministry of Tourism. Thank you for everything that y'all do. Next, we want to thank the Atlantis. And as Pete said earlier, it's so fun to talk to the coaches and these student athletes about the Atlantis and about this resort. Most of these players have never been outside the country, and then they're being the hospitality that the Atlantis shows. So everyone from the president on down, thank the Atlantis so much for everything that they've done and the experience that they really help give these student athletes and the coaches and the fans. Next, we want to thank Coca-Cola, and just they've been an absolute joy to work with, and their continued partnership, as our official beverage for this bowl game. So thank you, Coke, so much. As well as Kalik. We really don't know what's more Bahamian than a cold Kalik in December. So we really want to thank our partners with Kalik. And we also want to thank our promotional partner, the Tribune, and just everything that they've done in terms of helping spread a positive word about this game down here in the country of the Bahamas. So we really want to thank the Tribune. And lastly, again, ESPN, and just really the game changer that the stamp of approval for them to take over this game has been. So Pete, thank you again, and just, it's an honor to be here. Everyone here knows how much I love this country. So from Battle for Atlantis to the Bahamas Bowl, we want to continue to really bring successful events here, and just thank you so much for your partnership.
Thank you, Lee. And as she mentioned, we have tremendous partners with the Ministry of Tourism, and representing them this afternoon is Mr. Harrison Thompson, the Permanent Secretary of the Ministry of Tourism. Mr. Thompson.
Thank you very much, Chris, Pete, Richard, Lee, and my colleague. First of all, let me welcome you back home to the Bahamas, because it's all of your home now in December. And we are always pleased to have you back with us. Let me say, as Lee indicated earlier, it was over 3 years ago that this process started. And when we first started, there were some challenges to see exactly where we were going. It was just an idea then between Lee Miller and her associates, and with Richard. Richard came in on the not too far, and he was a part of the process, and the Ministry of Tourism. And to see what has happened in the last 3 years, I think we all ought to be commended for the great work that Lee and her team has done along the ministry and the Ministry of Youth, Sports and Culture and NAD, National Sports Authority. I know I won't put you the NAD. But it's always good to have you all here. I see my colleague, Ms. Nordich, is in the audience, and all of us who are here today. Ladies and gentlemen, a new Christmas week tradition has now been firmly established in the Bahamas. On Friday, the 23rd of December, 2016, at 1 p.m., we are inviting everyone in the Bahamas to take a break from their Christmas shopping frenzy, as all roads would lead to the Thomas A. Robertson National Stadium, where we expect another high-flying and exciting American football game. The game will feature two yet-to-be-named teams from the American Athletic Conference, Conference USA, and the Mid-American Conference. And if you were here for the last two, and for anyone to get Bahamians out on the Christmas Eve to a football game, I think you ought to be commended for that. And this year you have given us a break He's starting a day earlier, so we expect more Bahamians to be out and participating. Fans will witness the high drama of two contending football teams duking it out on the field of the National Stadium. Then there is the excitement of pregame and halftime entertainment, all-star band performances, cultural presentations, and even the Junkanoo rush out. For locals, the bowl is a time for family, fun, and football. The first and second edition of the Popeyes Bahamas Bowl were a resounding success. In the games of 2014 and 2015, the players dazzled us with their level and quality of play. The 2016 Popeyes Bahamas Bowl is shaping up to be even more dynamic than the two previous editions. The Bahamas Ministry of Tourism takes great pride in our partnership with Popeyes Louisiana Kitchen, chain of restaurants, and ESPN to host the third annual Popeyes Bahamas Bowl. And we are pleased to find out this afternoon that the president will be bringing over 100 franchise holders to the Bahamas for this event. So that's a great move, and we want to commend Popeyes for that, because that will help our tourism product when they see what we have in the Bahamas. We expect that they would go back and invest even more money in the Bahamas. The wide coverage of the games by ESPN and innovative advertising of the Popeyes franchise create invaluable exposure for our destination. As a tourist destination, the bowl is a winner for the islands of the Bahamas. And we are so pleased that this has been the first bowl outside the continental USA, and everybody want to come to the bowl. From the first game, as was mentioned by Richard, those two teams are excelling in such a way. And we have to say to all the colleges now and all the universities that if you want to move up to the next level, you have to pass through the Bahamas Bowl. Just over 3 weeks ago, the Bahamas experienced a Category 4 hurricane. The National Sports Authority has worked relentlessly to have the National Stadium game ready for the Popeyes Bahamas Bowl on December 23rd. Our local advertising will swing into gear shortly, and no doubt on game day, attendance will far exceed the 13,000 plus of last year's game. Our goal is to fill the stadium and even bring in additional seats so that we can accommodate those who come to this game. Therefore, we're extending an invitation to all in the Bahamas to make sure set the 23rd of December aside as the day when you will come to really have fun and experience some of the culture that will be here at the stadium. The Bahamas has emerged from Hurricane Matthew. We are back on our feet, and we have opened for business. And we want the colleges in the United States to know, the residents in the United States to know that the Bahamas is open for business, and we're ready to entertain and accommodate our guests when they come. We look forward to welcoming players of the two contending teams, their coaches, accompanying family members, and fans. Mark the date, Bahamians. Game day is Friday, 23rd of December at 1 p.m. right here at the Thomas A. Robertson Stadium in Nassau, Bahamas. We look forward to having all of you join us as we have a wonderful time with our friends from the United States. God bless.
Thank you, Mr. Thompson. Appreciate it. And as he mentioned, the person we work with very closely to make sure that this stadium and this event has been ready since this began is Mr. Jeffrey Beckles, who's the general manager of NSA Bahamas. And at this time, we'll hear from him. Jeffrey.
Good afternoon. Thank you very much, Chris, Pete, Richard, Lee, and the entire organizing team from the Bahamas Bowl. We welcome you back to the Bahamas. And as we pointed out earlier, this is year 3 of a 6-year arrangement. And usually, midterm in most relationships, we're either looking to get out or we're looking to find a way forward. And I'm happy to say that we are pleased to say that we're looking to find a way to go forward. Bahamas Bowl has become a standard part of our holiday language here in the Bahamas. And while it will not ever rival Junkanoo, we do know that it is becoming quickly a part of the established Christmas holiday celebration. And for that, we are grateful. And for us as a host country, it obviously bodes well for us as we continue to position this country as a viable sports and entertainment tourism host destination. We have been doing exceptionally well in establishing our links to that effect, and so Bahamas Bowl has done well to play an integral part of that global message. And so we are totally grateful for that. We also want to say thanks to our hardworking team here at the National Sports Authority. We, a few years ago, talked about how this event was going to grow, but we also realized that as this event grew and as we took on more and more events, it was a great opportunity for the people of our team to grow as well. And we're happy to say today that we are celebrating our team members who are led by our events manager, Ms. Patrice Dean, along with the venue team here at the National Sports Authority, who have really been working very hard over the last 2 years to the point where she started out assisting me in the first year, and now she's actually spearheading the event. I believe that that's worth a good round of applause for Team Bahamas. And so we say thank you to her and to our entire team. Richard mentioned the new field that we are working to complete by December 6th, and as a part of our commitment, not just to this event, but as a part of our commitment to upgrading our facilities every opportunity we had, we have made the commitment and we are delivering on that commitment, and we will have a brand new infield come December 6th. For the first time, we will be playing on a brand new field, so our Bahamas Bowl version 3 will be playing on that field, and we are happy to say to the world that we have delivered on our commitment, and we will continue to find ways to make this venue the host venue of choice. We're also looking forward to this year, because last year we did have a significant increase in the number of patrons who supported the game. And while we are all in the midst of recovering in some form or fashion from Hurricane Matthew, we believe that the best way to get people out of their focus on what has happened is to find a way to have a party. And we want to have that. We want to have a party here on December 23rd at the National Stadium. We want every Bahamian. It's a Friday. It's a long holiday weekend. No work until Tuesday. So we really want you to come. Take your mind off the hurricane, take your mind off the issues that we've had to face, and get together and celebrate and have a real good party here on the 23rd. And so while the game starts at 1, we will be open from 9 o'clock, and we want you to come out and have a great time and kick off the Bahamas Bowl celebration Bahamian style here at the National Stadium. So it's going to be an exciting time for all of us. One of the things that we want you to do also is to keep in mind that as each of the speakers prior to me coming made mention of the impact of the experience that we're having. Not just us, but these college students who come here. Many have come for the very first time. Many of them have traveled to a foreign country for the first time, and their first foreign country was the Bahamas. That's a fact you can't change. So what we're wanting to continue to do is we need everybody's help in making sure that as these two teams come again, and we don't know who they are, but we do know this, they're coming. So we want this experience, their experience in the Bahamas, to be one that they will remember for a lifetime. So from the time of the announcement to the time that we promote, to the time that they hit our shores, we truly want to allow people to experience, not just in word, but by their true experience, by their interactions with us, what it really means to be better in the Bahamas. And we believe that they're going to have that experience as a continued part of our commitment to this event. And so, Team Bahamas, please join me also in welcoming the latest addition to the team, as was mentioned earlier, T.R. Hollis, who is a young man here. Stand up again. Now, he comes and joins the team at a very precarious time, because the two ladies who were there before him, one got married and the other one had a baby. Now, you only get one choice, not two. So, as you join the team, we're not looking for you to have a baby, we know that ain't gonna happen, but we want you to remember, if you're going to get married, propose to her here over the holidays. This is the best place. This is the #1 spot for marriages. People come here from all over the world. Yes, I am lobbying. So if you're going to propose, bring her here. December when you come, propose to her on the beach. You pick your beach and you pick the time, but just so that it's done here in the Bahamas. And so we want to welcome TR. I know he's going to look forward to a great time working with the Bahamas Bowl team. He's got athletics in his blood. Your dad's very much involved. And so we want you to know that, listen, we've put all of our collective resources together to make this the best event, the envy of the College Football Bowl Series. And I believe that we're doing that. I believe that we will continue to do that, and we ask your help. And so let me remind you, tickets are on sale. They range from $20 to $30, and they can be purchased here at the National Stadium or online at www.nsa-bahamas.com. And we look forward to you being a part of the Bahamas Bowl presentation for this coming year. So thank you again to all of our partners, certainly Popeyes, ESPN, Bahamas Bowl Organizing Committee, the Ministry of Tourism, without whom we could not achieve much of this, our colleagues at the Ministry of Youth, Sports and Culture, and obviously the hardworking team at the National Sports Authority. We say thank you for the opportunity, and we assure you on behalf of our chairman, Lyndon Maycock, that the Bahamas Bowl, Popeyes Bahamas Bowl 2016 will be the best that we have seen thus far. Welcome again, and we look forward to a fantastic event.
Jeffrey, thank you very much. I want to remind everyone that everyone here at the podium will be available for one-on-ones with the media. But at this time, we can take just a few questions, and then we'll let you all, we'll get a picture with the group, and then have everybody available for those one-on-ones. Any questions from our media? John Martin, anything? All right. So at this time, we're going to just let those guys get photos of our group up front, and then we'll do the one-on-ones off here to the side. Thank you very much for coming this afternoon. As Jeffrey said, we want everybody to go to the box office here at the National Stadium. Call 325-0376 or go online to nsa-bahamas.com to get your tickets. We look forward to seeing all of you here on Friday, December 23rd at 1 o'clock for the 2016 Popeyes Bahamas Bowl. Thank you.